Okay, let's just dive right into another dueling deck dialogue. Okay, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Um, Although, I do want to say one thing about the Drop 'em 78 challenge. First of all, if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the playlist, info on my website. Once you find out about it and you fall in love with the idea of participating in this year's Drop 'em 78 challenge, October 15th through December 31st, one deck. In this year's Drop 'em 78 challenge, October 15th through December 31st, one deck, one card at a time, one day at a time, starting with the Ace of Pentacles, ending with the World. Once you fall in love with the idea, of doing this challenge, consider registering to do the challenge. That way you will get occasional emails from me with updates. You will get not only a Zoom invite to the launch party and the closing party, but if you can't make it to those, you'll get a link to the video recording of what you've missed. Wow, isn't that exciting? And I also want to say this. If you do know what I'm talking about, even if you don't know what I'm talking about, the encouragement, if this is your first Drop 'em 78, to really just do one deck. To don't try to do the calibrating deck that I talk about in videos, and I've talked about it in my website, in Zooms. Just stick to one deck and think about that deck one card at a time, one day at a time. Think about it in relationship to your life. Allow your life to be enriched through the tarot one day at a time, one card at a time. Allow the tarot to be enriched through your life one card at a time, one day at a time. Yeah, it doesn't need to be complex. This is about a deep dive into your life with the tarot deck of your choice. Now, with that in mind, tarot deck of choice, I am going to be doing, well, we'll see. I may run out of steam. I have 5 decks here. And the loose theme of these decks is sort of quirky, childlike energy, kind of. We're going to start with the Nicoletta Ceccoli. I think every year that I've been doing the Drop 'em 78, I have thought about using this deck. I don't read regularly with this deck. I don't think I've ever done a client reading with this deck. I don't think I've ever done much of a reading for myself with this deck. And yet, I love this deck. I tend to be kind of a fan in general of Los Scarabeo art decks where they take an artist's work and then kind of map them onto the tarot. It's always a little bit weird and usually a little bit contrived. Like you're like, how is that the Ace of Spades, Ace of Swords? But I think this deck really does some quite extraordinary things, and it's got that creepy little girl doll energy that, I don't know, just it hits me somewhere. So we'll see. We'll see what she says this year. Nicoletta Ceccoli. Yeah. Where would you take me this year with the Drop 'em 78? Where do you want me to go? What do you want to show me? Yeah. What do you want me to see? Oh, the 7 of Cups. Yeah. So many possibilities. I'm entranced with this one in front of me, but what else is popping? What else is popping up? What does it mean to try to single out one of the bunnies? So, are you saying you're going to invite me to open to a certain kind of wonder with possibility rather than being kind of crippled with it, but just maybe even just, this is an interesting take on the 7 of Cups, like what's right in front of me? To maybe aim at what's right in front of me, not to be distracted. Is that what you're saying? Oops, I just dropped a card. And the card I dropped was the Magician. This is, okay, so this is an example of when you look at the Nicoletta Ceccoli and it tells you what the card is, but you're like, is that what the card is? Because I'm not sure what I'm seeing. I'm just going to look at the guidebook, the little white book, which was written by Linnea Weatherstone. She did the instructions here. So I'm not sure how the process works. I think that there are pictures that are chosen, and then whoever's writing the little white book has to figure it out. So, all the power you need is within you. Seize your own magic and use your will to make changes in your world. Okay. I don't understand. I see something, this card is definitely about, you know, my real self and masks and what it means to liberate myself and to inhabit my role and maybe to inhabit my magic. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's to believe in my magic. I'm struck by the bird in the cage. So opening up my sense to what's right in front of me and a kind of liberation of my own magic. Is that what you're saying? The Eight of Wands. Yeah, there's a kind of illuminating process that's underway here. Oh, this is so weird. So she's holding on to fireflies. Okay, so let the light call and pull me. You're allowing, I think there's something here about my own connection with illumination, and my card of the month this month is the Nine of Wands, and so that fire energy of the wands and allowing myself to be illuminated by it, attending to what's right here, not pushing as much. And this is the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. So not pushing because something's going to be being born from me. The bird from the Magician. It's me is being born here. I guess I just want to ask one more thing. It's like, how does your energy, it's so, you know, this is the language of dream and little girl and that Ace of Pentacles. Whoops, I just dropped a card. You're like determined to speak before I drop. Okay, so you've got the Nine. Okay, you're saying stop worrying. Let the imagination be. And then this other card. Oh, wow. This other card also jumped, and it's the card that I chose as my card for my image on my, yeah, so this is the Three of Wands. Okay, all right, just explore. And I never noticed this before, but in this card is a fox, which fox is like my totem animal. If I had a totem animal, which I don't, but it would be the fox. Okay, all right. Yeah, what's here, the wonder of the moment, my own magic, explore. That kind of Nine of Swords, like stop worrying and fussing, just let it go. Okay. I'm gonna do now, I'm trying to remember the name of this artist. I'll put it in Olivia, I can't remember her last name. This is the Mind's Eye Tarot, which is a fairly recent acquisition. She's a young artist. I think this deck is phenomenal. It's, I mean, the aesthetic of it just really hits me. I think US Games did a beautiful job with the production on it. It's got that really nice, I'm not the hugest fan of the gilding, but it's fine, and it's got that really lovely linen, and a lot of eyes. A lot of eyes. Okay, Mind's Eye Tarot. Yeah. What do you want me to see? Mind's Eye Tarot. What do you want me to see? How are you going to help me? Are you going to help me with this world of insight and child sight and wonder and the world of dream? And you're like, yep. By the way, you know, this is, I mean, there's something about when the card that leaps forward is the card that has leaped forward for me in the past about the deck. This actually happened with my Keishabo tarot reading. I didn't even notice it until afterwards, but the Nine of Pentacles came up, and that Nine of Pentacles is the image that I chose for my deck bag. So, yeah. Okay, the Sun. Okay, yeah. Illumination. The Sun has for me come to be actually a powerful female energy. We usually think of the Sun as male in the kind of Western metaphysics of Sun is male, Moon is female. That kind of solar, fire, Aries, big male energy. And I'm not talking about like the Golden Dawn's associations with the Sun, but just the way we think about fire and masculinity and light. And I also have come to think, thanks to the Ostara Tarot and last year's Drop'em 78, the Sun as a kind of Athena energy, a kind of the maiden goddess, virgin goddess, Kore. Jung talks about the Kore figure, the image of the completely intact self as a warrior, sort of Joan of Arc, female energy. And this Sun, that is who she is, powerful, the feminine archetype of completion, insight, fire, power, yoni, all the stuff. Okay, help me see that. But please, could you say a little more? And you're like, yeah, okay, I can say more. The Devil. Whoops. And I just dropped all the cards on the ground. So the Devil. She's like, take me seriously. Don't mess around. There's, there's some karma and history and pattern and enslavement. And she's saying, take me seriously. Take this. This is the energy of a goddess in this deck, I think. That there's, this deck, I think, has Kore energy. And I'm thinking here of the book by, what's her name? I'll just drop it in because it's not coming to me right now. And this book about that archetype, which is, it's been super influential for me to start thinking about that archetype, because I think it's one that we don't talk a lot about. We often think about the maiden as sort of on the way to motherhood, but that sense of the maiden as the childless cat lady. I'm thinking here of Taylor Swift as a kind of Kore figure for our modern times. Anyway, I'm going to pick up all these cards that I dropped. Okay, one last mind's eye. So, apologies, I was being a little bit silly about this tarot deck. I want to take it seriously. I want to take the energy of it seriously. What do you want me to know that I'm not paying attention to right now? What am I missing? Okay. That this is about unification, all the parts of the self coming together. This is about a meeting and a wholeness, and about something like a kind of destined completion. Is that what you want to bring me to with working with you? Or is that about my relationship with you as a deck? What are you, who are the lovers here? Is this about me and my life? Is this about me working with you? Oh, I think you're saying it's about my life. I'm getting a lot of major arcana here. In fact, yeah, if I've gotten entirely major arcana, yeah. Okay. So this is about working through the challenges. These are heavy-duty cards. Have I upset you by being disrespectful? This is not a question I usually ask of decks, but I'm wondering if Mind's Eye Tarot, if we're okay. Is that a crazy thing to ask you? Are we okay? And you're saying with another major arcana. Yeah. You're wanting me to see your power, and the Emperor is my card. Okay, so if that's me, and your powerful reflection of me, and look at this image. Who are you? Okay, you're the Queen of Wands. Okay. 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 Do you want to work with me this fall? You're not sure. You're not sure if you want to work with me. Four of Cups. Or are you saying you're not sure if I want to work with you? That's probably true, that I'm really drawn to you, and I'm not. Very sensitive deck. I feel like this deck is, I mean, I don't usually personify my decks in this quite this way, but I feel like you're responding quite directly. What am I missing? Eight of Wands again. Okay. There's something here that's in motion. Where will it land? The Empress. Okay. Okay. Queen of Wands, Empress to my Emperor right now, maybe. Yeah? I think that's how we've, I have to read with you more. I have to read with you more. Drop them 78 or not. I need to read with you more. Okay. Wow. Kind of intense. That was intense. That felt intense. Where do I want to go next? I think I want to go Line Strider, Ceola Thompson's deck, which is also a deck that I have often considered working with carefully for the Drop 'em 78, and haven't yet. And this, I am using the, I have both, and I'm not sure which one I would use, but this is the indie version of the deck. There's a few cards that are different. And every edition I've seen, I've had two, I sold one. They have been bowed, if you can see. You can sort of see how the cards don't. Can you see how that sort of they don't lie flat? They're kind of, here you can see it from the side. So the shuffle is hard. They're a little hard to shuffle, but if I can work with the indie as opposed to the mass-produced, I like to do that often. Okay, Line Strider Tarot. What would you show me? What would you show me if we work together? What do you want me to see? The King of Swords. Okay, this is a very airy deck, right? A lot of white. I love that bird. Wow. So Are you saying that you would like me to kind of see that air of air, that spaciousness, that you would want me to be able to inhabit some more white space in my life? This is a little bit like the Nicoletta Ceccoli, maybe like just that sense of the Seven of Cups with, just what's in front of you. Are you saying you want that spaciousness, not being so distracted or anxious, or just being able to take it all in? Oh, God, I love this deck. This Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so there's a kind of invitation to embodiment, although this isn't a very embodied feeling deck. It's really airy, but this kind of being right with what is, in the delicacy of what is, in the delicacy of the present moment, but being able to really discern in the midst of that, a kind of clarity. Are you trying to help me settle in to have a kind of clarity? Is that what you're saying? Oh, maybe a clarity. Wow, God, this deck, man. A clarity that would allow me to come into focus and into action. Are you wanting to help me kind of prepare for action? Is that... I think the question of my fire has been at issue with a lot of these readings. Is that where you're going with this? Is helping me clarify for action? Oh. The action of the Knight of Cups, not the Knight of Wands. Wow. I'm feeling really compelled by this deck. Look at that Enso, that circle. So how do I dive into the watery depths? I feel like to some extent all of these decks are inviting a kind of intuitive deep dive. These are all really image rich, childhood, dreamy. They're all really dreamy decks in a certain way, with that kind of childlike dreaminess. So you're wanting me to go into that Knight of Cups space. Am I hearing you? Oh. Which also means grappling with what has been broken, what won't be born. But what will be born? Are you going to help me figure out the fate of these other two eggs? What is going to be born in this time? Seven of Pentacles. You're saying you got to wait. This is a period of gestation, I think. Is that right? You're going to help me. Whoops, dropping a card. Page of Swords. So we're back here to this Page of Swords. Yeah, maybe the kind of what will be born is some discernment. The page who can be the king. I feel like we've ended at the start of where we're going to begin, like that circle in the Knight of Cups. You want to take me to the Page of Swords to help me become the King of Swords? Help with some wisdom, some emerging of wisdom? Yeah, some emerging of wisdom. This fire. There's a lot of page. Wow, a lot of quartz here. Okay, am I missing anything? I mean, you're saying a lot, but have I missed anything? This deck, man. This is an undersung deck. People aren't reading much with this deck these days. Am I missing anything? You're like, nope, this is just... I love this Temperance card. She doesn't have the ewers of the pictures, right? She's just got her hands. They've just got their hands. Yeah, you're saying Temperance came up in my last reading too. The Acacia Bow reading I did. Okay, so just gotta let things flow. into the crucible. Okay. Whew. Line Strider. Line Strider is strong. Line Strider is strong. So is Nicoletta Ceccoli. Well, actually, all three of them in different ways. Two more, one more. Dreaming Way. Oh. Dreaming Way. Dreaming Way came into my life around last year's drop-em because it was a deck on the potlatch table at Northwest Tarot Symposium. And it's a deck that I'd always kind of been attracted to, but had never gotten because I didn't like the cups. I didn't like the depiction of, I mean, like literally the way cups were depicted in the deck. And so that had always, and the backs are nice, but I hadn't, you know, I just had never gotten it. And then I got it. And, you know, not surprisingly, in this world of dream that we're investigating tonight, it packs a punch, this deck. It packs a freaking punch. Dreaming Way Tarot. Where would you take me? Where would you take me if I worked with you? What do you want me to see, Dreaming Way Tarot? What do you want me to see? Okay. What do you want me to see? Six of Cups. Okay, so I think this is fairly straight. See, I don't like those cups, but you know, I like them more now than I did. Okay, so you want me very, very clearly, like, okay, this is the space of childhood, the space of image, the space of the cups, that watery space. You want me to go there. You want me to see what's going on there. This land of dreams, is that right? Yeah. And something is fulfilled there. Something, to complete something. You want me to complete something there. Is there a task that needs to be completed related to this childhood stuff? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, oh. Yeah, okay, we've got Five of Pentacles. So I think this is about childhood trauma. I mean, I don't have like big childhood trauma, folks. I'm not alluding to anything here, but any more than we all do. I think this is about like old, like the ancient pain, the ancient owie, the karma. Five of Pentacles came up with my readings from the dog decks, you know, this kind of like very embodied scarcity, really in the self. Childhood loss. Yeah. Is that what you're wanting me to? Yeah. Nine of Wands, okay. Yeah. And how that relates to my exhaustion. Because that is Nine of Wands, right? This is how that relates to the way my energy feels kind of sapped, and, you know, how, like, just my whole energetic being. You want me to start to see that. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. And to let that guide me, drive me. To harness that energy. To harness that. To what end? This may be a superfluous question. We'll see. But to what end? Okay. The we start with the Six of Cups. Now we have the Six of Pentacles. So to let something move free. Oh my God, this deck is so great. Oh my God, I feel like all four of these decks are fantastic decks, and I want to read with all of them. Okay. Thank you, Dreaming Way. Um, yeah, what do you guys think? One more deck. What do you guys think, though, of these? Which has taken me the most... What seems to have taken me the best place, the most important place? Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. I can never remember who this is. It is Christina Benintende, and the little instruction book is written by Barbara Moore. And my copy is edged in dark blue Sharpie, and this is a great deck. This is a great deck, and it's got, my copy of it has, it's Lo Scarabeo, but it's an early, this is a vintage copy. Vintage, I mean just older copy. And the cardstock is really flexy and wonderful to shuffle. Just saying. These are the backs. This is a creepy, cool, beautiful deck. No question. And another, it's an undersung deck. It's a deck that just doesn't get the love. So, Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. Yeah. What do you want me to see? What do you want me to know? How would you work with me this fall? What do you want me to see? What do you want me to learn? What do you want me to encounter? And this is the Nine of Wands. Another Nine of... Is it? No, Nine of Cups. Yeah, Nine of Cups. Sorry. Whoa, Nine of Cups. So there are the cups down there. It's like, okay, how do we get up from the... Nine of Cups has been a card that has been recurring in these readings, and I've been interpreting it as the resources of the self. And so sorry, my dogs are barking. I hope you can hear me. The light is fading. We're going to get through this reading before it's too noisy or the light is gone completely. We are now in the Sweet Twilight with the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. And this is like, how do I get up from the depths? Yeah, so it's that journey, that childhood. This is the exploration of childhood stuff, people. Of really being with the self. My dog Sylvie has gone crazy. Has nothing to do with tarot. I just dropped a card. What do you want me to know? And the answer is, I have to look at these titles. The Seven, what is it? Oh, the Knight of Wands. The Queen of Wands, sorry. The Queen of Wands. Okay. So are you inviting me to be the Queen of Wands in this? Or we've had the Queen of Wands with the Mind's Eye Tarot. Or are you talking about who you are? Who is this Queen of Wands? Is that you? Is that me? How is that important in all of this? And this is the star. Or the stars, actually, in this. Okay. So there's something here. I think this is this energy I need to trust into and to lean into and to have as my star, as my guidance, to set my course by. I think you're the Queen of Wands. Am I right? Are you the Queen of Wands? I think you're saying that you are in giving me these stars to navigate by. Then who am I? I'm the Page of Wands. Yeah. Okay. So I'm page to your queen. Okay. So I am earth of fire. I am that kind of grounded fire. So how do we move forward? How does this happen? How do I bring what's down below up to the light? What are you wanting me to do? Where are you wanting me to go? And you're saying 10 of cups. Okay. So there's some just being able to completely give myself over to the cups and to fall back and look up at what's above. They're on their backs. They've drunk all the cups. And just to apprehend what's above. Okay, opening to the mystery and starting from the resources of the self and your fire, your twilighty fire, me page to that fire. Is that opening to mystery? And this is the wheel. So something is turning. There's a kind of turn here that is happening, and you're going to accompany me on it. Are you the right deck for me right now? I find myself wanting to ask. Am I the right reader for you? And you're saying the Eight of Swords, like just let myself go. Like I am hanging up. This is like when I got the Nine of Swords in that reading from, was that the Nicoletta Ceccoli? Yeah. So you're like, okay, stop being in suspense. You are hanging up. How do I let go? Is that what are you inviting me to let go? Or you're inviting me to let go, aren't you? Yeah? Is that right? Am I hearing you right? Oh, I got to stop this reading. It's going on too long. But am I hearing you right? Yeah. You're like, come on, let's just work together. Let's just do it. Three of Pentacles. This is teamwork. Let yourself flow. Let yourself flow. Let the waters lift you up like her hair. Whoa. All right. Okay, this is what happens when when you work with decks like this. What do you think, guys? Which, if any, of these decks did you think took me the most interesting place? Which would you work with? And if you have worked with any of these decks, let me know what you think. Okay. Sayonara. Thanks for watching. As always, thank you for your practice. Toodaloo. Hey, lovely. Super quick, because this is too weird, and I just have to share this with you. Remember how this deck, Olivia Rose's Mind's Eye Tarot deck, seemed to like have this freaky energy, was very sensitive, then like totally fell and it tumbled out. I finished the reading, I took it back upstairs to my tarot studio, and then I just thought, okay, I should count the cards, just make sure that I have all the cards in the deck. And I counted them, and there were only 76. I'm like, did I lose 2 cards when they fell on the ground outside? I looked outside, there's no cards there. I sorted them to make sure that I had counted them correctly, and I'm missing Temperance and the Knight of Pentacles. And I'm like, did it know that it was like missing a couple of cards? It's like I was doing a reading with another deck the other day, my Dodal Tarot. I was reading for someone, and I realized, or I was talking with her about her reading, I realized I was missing the Ten of Swords. It's like, you ever notice that sometimes our decks want to tell us that they're damaged? Anyway, this is missing 2 cards, and it's missing Temperance of all cards, along with the Knight of Pentacles, like 2 steadying cards, 2 cards that like help a deck find its balance. So sometimes it's not just in your mind. Yeah, there's something up. Okay, bye.